Just like how everything is faster in New York, everything is more extreme in North America, as it's home to some of the most formidable predators on the planet. It has the largest land carnivore in the world, the grizzly bear, which can weigh up to 800 pounds or 360 kilograms and stand 8 feet or 2.4 meters tall on its hind legs. Meanwhile, you also have grey wolf packs that can take down prey 5 times their size, mountain lions that can leap 40 feet or 12 meters in a single bound, and the American alligator with a bite force of 13,000 newtons, strong enough to crush a bowling ball. And in case you needed a little more proof that North America really is the land of apex predators, you should know that it's where the most dangerous snake in the Americas lives, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. It's also home to the largest rodent in North America, the beaver, which can fell trees 5 feet or 1.5 meters in diameter. It's where some of the most extreme weather on Earth occurs, with tornadoes reaching wind speeds of 300 miles per hour or 480 kilometers per hour. The list could go on, but you get the idea. So it may be hard to stomach the fact that North America is actually much more tame than it used to be. And I'm not talking about the fact that it used to be home to dinosaurs, but rather giant sloths and saber-toothed cats, just to name a couple. And surprisingly, you don't even have to travel that far back to arrive at this nightmare version of North America, as it reached its peak in chaoticness about 12,000 years ago, which is right around when the last ice age was ending. Talk about good timing. Back in those days, megafauna ruled the continent, and it wouldn't take long for anyone to realize that something was very wrong once they stepped outside, as there were a host of nightmarish creatures wandering around. One of them was a little monster bear, not just a large bear, but a genuine evolutionary nightmare that happened to stand taller than a giraffe. This creature was known as the short-faced bear, and it was North America's most terrifying predator during the Pleistocene. It shared many features with the bears we know today and was once even considered closely related to modern grizzlies. Although, thanks to its incredibly long legs and unique skull structure, it was moved to its own extinct genus. Along with the long legs, paleontologists also noticed that it had strange proportions, with a relatively short snout for a bear, giving it tremendous bite leverage and allowing it to deliver bone-crushing force. This has led to it being considered a pursuit predator, with further evidence coming from its build, which suggested it could run at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour or 64 kilometers per hour, faster than any human could ever hope to achieve. Unfortunately for all creatures on land, the short-faced bear was also no small animal, with most adults measuring 11 feet or 3.4 meters tall when standing upright and weighing 2,000 pounds or 900 kilograms, making it nearly twice as heavy as a modern polar bear. Not to worry though, there were larger individuals as well, with one specimen estimated to have weighed 2,400 pounds or 1,100 kilograms. At this size, it had no problem taking down absolutely anything it wanted, including unlucky humans from time to time. Getting attacked by this bear was an absolute nightmare, as its teeth were designed to crush bone and tear flesh, with each canine being 3 inches or 7.6 centimeters long and backed by jaw muscles that generated one of the strongest bites of any land mammal. Each swipe of its massive paws could shatter ribs and puncture organs. There's also evidence that you couldn't outrun this bear despite its size, as its legs showed adaptations for endurance running, meaning it could chase prey for miles without tiring. Shockingly, or maybe by this point, unshockingly, even a bear that could outrun you and crush bone wasn't the worst thing wandering around, because there were also cats with teeth so long they protruded from their mouths even when closed. Smilodon. There's a fair chance you've heard of this feline due to its iconic status, yet you may not know that it wasn't just one species, but 3 distinct types, with the largest being Smilodon populator. Its name translates to the devastating saber-tooth, a nod to its killing power, and devastating it was. Paleontologists have extensively studied these cats, and all evidence points to them being among the most specialized hunters to ever evolve, with adults measuring 7.2 feet or 2.2 meters in length and weighing up to 880 pounds or 400 kilograms. So at minimum, we're talking about a cat as long as a grand piano and as heavy as a large male lion. And unlike modern cats, things got specialized. Those famous saber teeth reached 11 inches or 28 centimeters in length based on complete skulls from the La Brea tar pits. That's as long as a standard ruler, but far deadlier, with flattened, serrated edges designed to slice through flesh like a steak knife. However, these teeth weren't for traditional biting, they were for precision killing strikes. Smilodon's forelimbs were even more extreme, thicker, more muscular, and more robust than any living feline. Its shoulders were packed with muscle, and its claws could hook into prey like grappling equipment. It likely used its powerful limbs to wrestle prey to the ground before delivering a killing bite to the throat or belly. Naturally, in true North American fashion, Smilodon was also highly social. Multiple individuals found together at fossil sites indicate coordinated hunting similar to modern lions, one cat pinning prey while others attacked from other angles. Some paleontologists believe Smilodon could bring down prey over 2,200 pounds or 1,000 kilograms, meaning even if you avoided one saber-toothed cat, the rest of its pride would still be hunting you. All of this makes Smilodon one of the most dangerous predators you could have encountered, unless you preferred being trampled to death. In that case, your enemy would have been the mammoth. The name may sound like something out of a children's book, but it should strike fear into anyone who hears it. The Columbian mammoth, one of the largest land mammals to ever walk North America. Unlike modern elephants, it belonged to a lineage of now extinct proboscideans that ruled the Ice Age. Members of this family were characterized by thick, woolly coats, massive curving tusks, and enormous sizes, with the Columbian mammoth being among the largest. It exceeded the height of modern elephants by a significant margin, with large specimens reaching 13 feet or 4 meters at the shoulder, the height of a 2-story house. Luckily, it was strictly an herbivore. Nevertheless, its size made it incredibly dangerous. Like modern elephants, it likely defended itself using aggressive charges that reached 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour. But afterwards, things got different because its tusks were monstrous, curving upward and outward, reaching 16 feet or 4.9 meters in length. Not just a display feature, these tusks were lethal weapons capable of goring predators or unlucky humans with a single swipe, even impaling them entirely. Such unpleasant deaths may have been common for early North Americans. One study found that mammoth defensive behavior was extremely aggressive based on heel injuries on predator fossils. By now, you might wonder how any predator survived living alongside such gigantic herbivores. The answer? Predators hunted in packs and were just as nightmarish, best exemplified by the dire wolf. The dire wolf is best known for its massive size. Adults were significantly larger than any living wolf species, on average about 25% heavier. The largest dire wolves reached 175 pounds or 79 kilograms. But this was no ordinary wolf. It was a distinct genus that had evolved separately from all modern canids for millions of years. Like modern wolves, dire wolves hunted in packs, except their coordinated attacks let them take down prey 10 times their individual body weight. Their bone structure suggests a tremendous bite force, estimated 30% stronger than modern grey wolves. Their teeth were built for holding and tearing rather than slicing, and their skulls were incredibly robust, able to withstand the stress of struggling prey. Together, these adaptations created a predator capable of killing animals by latching onto vital areas and refusing to let go, while the pack ripped the victim apart. This method was so effective that researchers believe dire wolves killed more large herbivores than any other North American predator. Prey that took Smilodon's significant effort likely fell quickly to dire wolf packs. And if pack attacks weren't enough, direwolves had stamina. They could pursue prey for hours, with skeletons showing adaptations for long-distance endurance running. Some scientists even propose that dire wolf packs were larger than modern wolf packs and may have driven prey into kill zones like cliffs or water. North America sure did have some terrifying predators, but life wasn't safe around herbivores either, because in response to living alongside biological killing machines, the herbivores got pretty ferocious themselves. A perfect example is Megatherium, an extinct ground sloth whose closest living relatives are the tree sloths of Central and South America. But unlike modern sloths, Megatherium was massive, plausibly weighing up to 4 tons, equal to a modern African elephant. This enormous size made hunting it questionable, and that's before mentioning its claws, truly massive, reaching 20 inches or 50 centimeters in length. Although strictly vegetarian, Megatherium could easily disembowel predators with a single defensive swipe, and it wasn't alone. Armored tanks also roamed prehistoric North America, especially Glyptodon. This ancient mammal resembled a giant armadillo, though it belonged to a distinct extinct family. Glyptodon routinely reached the size of a small car, with adults averaging 11 feet or 3.3 meters long. Its armor was so thick it could deflect saber-toothed cat bites, and it weighed up to 2 tons. If armor wasn't enough, its tail tipped with bony spikes could shatter bones with a single strike. And just when you thought the danger was confined to the ground, you would have to look up and realize that the skies were also sending their own nightmare fuel. Because in the swamps and grasslands of what is now Florida and Texas, there was a creature that was the very definition of a living, breathing paradox, the terror bird. This bird is unlike any we know of today, known as, for it belonged to a family of now extinct giant flightless predators, known as the forest rackets. And while it may have looked like a giant ostrich, it was anything but a harmless herbivore. Terror birds stood at height of 2 meters or 6.6 feet and weighed in at around 150 to 200 kilograms or 330 to 440 pounds. That's the weight of a fully grown male gorilla, with the speed and aggression of a raptor. It was a creature of pure terrifying momentum. Its legs were long and powerful, allowing it to sprint across the landscape, and its small wings were useless for flight, but they were used for balance like the stabilizers on a racing bike. It was a high-speed predator that could run down prey with ease, but its primary weapon was its head. The skull of terror birds were massive, with a huge hooked beak that was essentially a curved giant axe. This beak was not designed for pecking at seeds. It was designed for crushing bone and delivering massive repeated blows. Researchers believe it would run down its prey, then use its powerful neck muscles to deliver a series of devastating downward strikes, essentially bludgeoning its victim to death. The sheer force of this blow would have been enough to shatter the skull of a small horse, or simply cave in the chest of a human like you. And if that wasn't enough, its feet were also terrifying. They were equipped with 3 massive forward-facing toes, each tipped with a sharp, curved claw. While it primarily used its beak to kill, those claws were perfect for pinning down struggling prey or delivering a final, lethal kick. The thought of a 2-meter-tall, 400-pound bird running at you at full speed, ready to deliver an axe-like blow with its beak, is the stuff of nightmares. It was a creature that defied the rules of nature, a giant feathered Velociraptor that proved that in prehistoric North America, even the birds were trying to kill you. By now, it should be obvious that prehistoric North America was the last place you'd want to visit. And just to drive that home, nearly every dangerous animal in North America today was also around back then. And that's not even mentioning other extinct animals, including American lions larger than modern African lions, giant beavers the size of black bears, camels standing 11.5 feet or 3.5 meters at the shoulder, and birds of prey with wingspans reaching 15.5 feet or 4.7 meters. Nature itself was harsh too, with glaciers advancing and retreating, extreme temperature swings, and landscapes shifting from frozen tundra to temperate forests in decades. Yet, despite these odds, humans still survived and thrived. Evidence showed they hunted multiple species of the megafauna mentioned today, suggesting that maybe we were actually the scariest animals around. And these are still not your bones.